Mm-hmm. But like I said, I can't even go to a restaurant like going to Garden City and again have the little chicken fingers. Eat them normally, and I wasn't in there more than 40 minutes again. Have the girl wondering if I'm looking at her breast just because I'm looking in front of me. Right. Right? Because you're not listening to somebody, but you are someone else who's teaching you condemnation of everything you can do wrong. See, if you do that, okay, you'll never be saved. You'll never be saved yourself. Right. All right. So, again with the temperature. Mm-hmm. 97.8. Mm-hmm. Now, like I told you about that too, the best way to check if someone has a fever is if, again, a virus, right? You start fighting it off with the fever, right? If you don't have a fever, either your virus is so dormant, yeah, it's not even spreadable, I guess. Or you're just paranoid about it. Or the doctors themselves are spreading it. I mean, you hate to think that, but okay. But you're not explaining how it's getting to these people. Oh, here's Kiki again with her dream lover. She wants a dream lover so she don't have to dream alone. Masters of the Universe. He-Man. He-Man. You catch that? Uh-oh. She taking a time warp with this kid? That's what I grew up on. Right. Not saying that, kid. You gotta worry about that. Now, don't let someone convince you they're me either, right? That's why I'm worried happened when she knows something. She didn't know me from assholes on bullshit. Well, I guess that's what I get for rushing into sex on Sheena, right? Instead of waiting for marriage. When Moses says, if you do it that way, just go to her dad and ask his hand in marriage, okay? Okay. Right? Right. Did y'all forget that was in the Bible too, or did you just ignore it, focusing on what Paul said about it? To dad. Okay, who seems concerned about his Virgin marrying under Christ. Wait a minute now. Wait a minute now. What does that have to do with anything? I'm assuming the maid Moses is mentioning was a virgin who I had premarital sex. See, Paul cannot add to that commandment the commandment of men, right? Right? Now, like hitting rude, I know, the young boy's trying to do the right thing, right? We know that sometimes happens too. Okay, he's trying to go to the father and ask his hand for his daughter in marriage, right? He knows he's an old fashioned man, right? Right? But like I said, hot or not, I don't know Kiki. She again is an actress on movies or TV. I don't know if that's the real Kiki or a fake Kiki or anything about a Kiki. I don't know. Do we have a cat named Kiki? I forgot. Maybe. Retail and Kiki. I think. Okay. End of the coincidences, I guess. Mm-hmm. Now, Sam Smith is on. I think in this video he beats out with a guy, but it don't bother me, no. Looks like it's in love, not like with Adam's performance there. Just kissing somebody on the stage, right? Out of nowhere, while performing the song, right? Well, at least this one looks like it's more in a romantic setting when they kiss. Right, right. That's critique. That's what he's riding on this little horsey. Women like that too. For a different reason, I heard. Yes, the saddle they like. Now, see, this is another problem you might run into in the South. Right. PDA. Public displays of affection between two men. Right. Right. You might not can do that here yet. Here's yet. No. No. Mm-hmm. I don't know where he's at, but okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. On the boardwalk. On the boardwalk. Teddy Bear King. Teddy Bear King. That's too big. Mine was my size when I was 3 or 4. I know. And we lived in like little apartments off of Victory. Ask my mom. That's your mom. Mm-hmm. But see, sometimes, okay, there it is, right? Right. The two dudes kissing, right? But that does look kind of like a romantic kiss, you know. I give him that, I give him that. Mm-hmm. But don't do that here. Don't do that here. We not ready to see that yet. Well, it's kind of mechanical, is it? Is it? Any kiss can be mechanical, even a kiss or a peck on the cheek, right? But it does seem like they're trying to do it kind of like a boy and a girl would too, right? I mean, kind of romantic, like. I've kissed a girl that way anyway. Several. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But see, like I said, you're not letting them date. You know what I mean? You're making them also maybe raping them into it when they're not ready. And okay, well that's gonna change their mind if they're gay or straight. And what if you try to rape someone who's straight but just acts it right? To your opinion. See, you're not thinking of it that way. Yeah, no. See, a stereotype is you're trying to do something because you don't understand something anyway. See, I'm trying to teach you about things you weren't taught from the Bible, for example, that they quit teaching you because they couldn't handle it, and they started teaching you what they thought was more understandable for you as a man, right? Well, this stuff you don't understand, right? Like, let's go over again the skin and garment and things like that. Like I said before. Mm-hmm. Now, in the law, and the law cannot be broken, Moses talks of getting something on your skin or garment called semen. And in this scenario, you're by yourself. Okay? Mm-hmm. Right. He doesn't say when it happens. I know. No specific time of day. um, But he does say you can do it. He also talks about having sex with a woman. No. And the same thing, and probably also with your partner if you're gay and you want to stay in a monogamous type relationship. I don't know. Now, I'm not telling everybody who or how to feel. Now, if you're raping people to make them hate gay people, you're not gay in doing that. No, by the way. Gay people don't necessarily rape other gay people into doing it. I mean, yeah, you mean what about Sodom and Gomorrah? Yeah. Well, if the two angels were a male and female, they're going to rape them both. Plus, there's the story of the judge, who was a Levite. They don't tell you that, little Jim, right? Who had a concubine, right? And was taking her through a certain part of the children of Benjamin, right? And as he was going through it, the men of Belial, as they called them, were trying to rape him. Right? So, like with Lot and his daughters, he sent out his concubine instead, right? Well, they, unlike the daughters of Lot, accepted her and did her and abused her all night long to morning, right? They killed her, basically, right? They abused her so badly, right? Now, again, this is where the law can be both condemning, all right, or forgiving. What did the woman really die of? The abuse, right? But why did she die of the abuse, right? She believed the abuse was greater than God that killed her, right? You understand, right? And she let the abuse kill her by morning, right? And she died of the abuse, right? But what does that mean, though, in the grand scheme of things, right? Now, no one lets someone abuse them unless they're outnumbered greatly, usually, right? To begin with, right? Say 9-1. And then you don't even remember that shit by morning. Unless they're trying to throw you overboard and you teleport back. Like Jesus could. Or the Nightcrawler from Marvel Comics, right? I know about them. I know about them. Well, either the disciples were refusing to see him and he was walking around them the whole time. They went Jesus blind. Damn. If you know what I mean, right? And he had to introduce himself in another form to them, right? As Mark is saying, right? So in 15, maybe 16, yep, 16. And a man, if goes out from him semen, then shall he bathe in water all his flesh, and be unclean until the evening, and every garment and every skin which shall be on it, semen, shall be washed with water, and shall be unclean until the evening. And a woman who lies with a man, her, within semen of emission, shall bathe with water, and be unclean until the evening. And a woman, if is a flow of blood is her discharge in her flesh 7 days, she shall be in her impurity, and whoever touches her shall be unclean until evening. And anything that she lies on it in her impurity shall be unclean, and anything that she sit on it, Ralph, shall be unclean, and touches whoever her bed shall wash his clothes and bathe in water, and be unclean until the evening. And whoever touches anything that she sits on is it shall wash his clothes and bathe in water and be unclean until the evening. And if on the bed it is, or on anything which she sits on it, when when he touches it, he shall be unclean until the evening. And if actually lies any man with her, and her impurity on him, he shall be unclean 7 days, right? And every bed which he lies on shall be unclean. And a woman, if she has a discharge of her blood days many outside the time of her impurity, and she shall be unclean. She is every bed which she lies on all the days of her discharge, as the bed of her impurity shall be to her, and every thing which she sits on it unclean shall be as the uncleanness of her impurity. And whosoever touches these things shall be unclean, and shall wash his clothes and bathe in water, and be unclean until the evening. And if she is cleansed of her discharge, then she shall count to herself 7 days, and after that she shall be clean. And on the day 8 she shall take to harvest 2 turtle doves, or 2 sons of a dove, and having them to the priest to the door of the tent of meeting, and shall offer the priest the one for a sin offering and the other for a burnt offering, and shall atone for her the priest before Yahuwah for the discharge of her uncleanness. So you shall separate the sons of Israel from their uncleanness, and they shall not die from their uncleanness when they defile my tabernacle which in their midst. This is the law of him that flows of him flows out from him semen for uncleanness by it, and of her who is sick in impurity, and of him who the flow flows, of a male or of a female, and of a man who lies with an unclean woman, right? Ooh, I want a daddy woman. Uh-oh. Ooh, I want a daddy girl. That's, of course, the law. Pete Floyd. Dirty woman. Dirty woman. Okay, now, the word used here is garment, 899 in Strong's Concordance, and agur, 5785, and that means a naked skin, right? Alright? So, okay, your garment, okay. Well, it doesn't say outer or inner, or what kind of garment, or how the sperm gets on your garment or skin. No, don't. Or semen, right? Now that word, is two words, right? In the Hebrew. Which is 7902 and 2235. I don't know. So 2233. Now, what Jesus is saying, right? What Moses ain't telling you is unconditional love is greater than condemnation of the law. Meaning, if you forgive people anything in the law, even murder of you, like Jesus did, this word is associated with greyhound, right? It's called zarzur. Tightly girt racer, or some fleet animal, as being slender in the waist, greyhound, right? That don't enlighten us what that means. For wait a minute, it's 33. And Zara, fruit, seed, plant, sowing time, posterity, carnally, child, fruitful, seed, time, sowing time, right? So it's Zara, but with an I in at the end, not an H. And, well, see, that's what Jesus means as well. If you only try to save yourself, you can't even do that. That's why I tell you about saving others as well. The Buddhists, the Hindus, right? If there's a problem with some of the things they believe, right? And yet you believe something that's in some way similar, but you deny it, you're not helping yourself by not helping them, right? But if you help them, they might help you. So the other one is Shakaba. It's carnally copulation, lay seed, which is from 7901. Shawl Cobb. Lie down, sexual caress, sexual connection, decrease or any other purpose at all, cast down, over, lay self down, make to lie down, down, to sleep still, with, lodge, ravish, take rest, sleep, stay. See, they don't tell you everything in Sunday school class, do they? They're telling you the peachy, clean stuff. Okay. They're telling you the Pollyanna stuff in the Bible. Yeah. It ain't all Pollyanna. It ain't all Pollyanna. That's the problem. And you can't steal the bad stuff because that's what you do as well if you don't follow the law, right? They can punish you, right? The wicked angels, right? Who are sinning with you as well. See, that's why it's a catch-22 to have sex with Satan in Eden, right? Because he would condemn you, you would condemn him because he wouldn't be so gentle with Adam. And then Eve wouldn't understand what Adam was all mad about from her perspective either. She didn't mind it too much. But then, when she had the babies, the twins, right, boys, fraternally conceived, one the seed of the serpent, one the seed of Adam, right? Which some men deny, because that means half of you or more, over a third probably, could be the seed of Satan, right? And the other half, I don't know, because Cain had a head start over Seth, even, right? Right? And his Satan seed. And he married the daughter of the devil himself, literally. His half sister with Adam, I know. And Satan, who is called Halel in the Hebrew by Isaiah. Now, the reason, okay, you're going to Halel or hell, okay, you wonder where that word comes from. It's the word Halel in the Hebrew. I know. It's Hyll. Right? Halel. Hell. It was contracted to hell. You're going to hell! Meaning you're going to go to the grave of Satan, right? When you die. But if you may even go into hell of sin, you're